Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live. My name is Pankaj Mishra. With me is my colleague Kabir Naqvi. And today we are discussing how just hours after Tamil Nadu government, the DMK government passed a resolution, placed a resolution in the assembly asking the government to take note how the governor is quote-unquote stalling their bills, and he should be asked to release the bills immediately, to give assent to the bills immediately. And now, after some hours, there we have just hours after the Tamil Nadu Assembly adopted a resolution urging the President and the Centre to instruct the Governor to clear the bills within a time frame. RN Ravi, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, has given an assent to a bill seeking to ban online gambling and regulating online games. The Governor last month returned the bill after 131 days since it was passed. The Assembly then passed it for a second time and sent it to him. On the other hand, Telangana Governor Tamilisai Soundararajan on Monday has approved 3 out of 10 pending bills that were passed by the Telangana Legislative Assembly in September 2022 and sent back to the state government. Well, it looks like, Kabir, there's a spree how the governments and especially the governors down south are giving assent to the bills. Do you believe that the pressure, is it what the governors are feeling the heat of, or is it just a constitutional validity that they must acknowledge to?
Well, could be a lot of things, Pankaj. You know, one can never discount the fact that 2024 elections are right around the corner.
Right.
But with that being said, you know, I mean, RN Ravi versus MK Stalin, governor versus government fights and these skirmishes is something that is not new. We've seen what happened with the Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar when he was the erstwhile governor of West Bengal, and his skirmishes with Mamata Banerjee, Tamilisai Soundararajan, another one of those names. RN Ravi versus MK Stalin has been doing the headlines for the longest time now. Now it's interesting to see here that, of course, there was this embarrassment that MK Stalin had to push for this resolution where he could probably put a limit on the number of days or the time that the governor was sitting on these bills. We have earlier heard RN Ravi come out explicitly and say that, you know, it's a nice and decent way of rejecting these bills that he called quote-unquote dead bills as well. Right. Now, 131 days it took RN Ravi to come back with this particular bill, online ban on online games, which is a completely different debate. But at this point in time, Pankaj, it's definitely interesting that just hours after MK Stalin, made a move, he was on the offensive, RN Ravi passed this particular bill. Let's not forget 41 people died after losing huge sums of money via gambling and all these online games as well. Right. Another catch-22 situation is, of course, the game of skill versus game of chance as well. Again, a separate debate. But he has come back, and it is interesting to see that right after that offensive, he chose to give assent to this online gaming bill. He also has the NEET bill that is with him. So many suicides, a plethora of suicides each year, and MK Stalin has been one of those heavy voices that has come out and said that we are going to definitely abolish NEET, exempt Tamil Nadu as a state from NEET as well. So it's again interesting to see why RN Ravi chose only this particular bill when he has another 20 that are still left with him. Given the example of course, Tamilisai Soundararajan, again, you can't really tell right now if it's some sort of machinery or chess pieces have moved right in the top brass. But we'll have to wait and watch. These are certainly interesting movements.
Indeed, indeed. And if you look at the bills right now, I mean, the NEET is something which is very crucial, especially to the state of Tamil Nadu. But when it comes to this online gambling, Kabir, I remember twice when the state government, passed the resolution to abolish it from the state of Tamil Nadu. Obviously, it was sent, and that was the time, a year and a half back, when online gaming betting, India was opening up to it. But then there was a thin line of, as you mentioned, rightly mentioned, about game of skill or game of chance. Now, making a clear division on that, Tamil Nadu put its foot down and they chose to abolish it. Do you believe that the timing of the bill which is sent for governor's assent also carries, how does the centre view a particular bill?
No, absolutely, Pankaj. You see, first and foremost, it's supposed to be a state subject. That means, the state should have authority over what is happening inside and that particular boundary.
Process, yes.
Yeah. Secondly, various other companies, be it the Dream 11s and the various fantasy sports that we're seeing today, or the rummy games or the online poker games, all of these games, they set up their conglomerates in India and operate from outside. All this money is going offshore. That becomes a central subject. So there is a catch-22 here. It's not all in the clear, all in the grave. We're looking forward to that IT bill as well. That should clear several doubts as well. But at this moment, somebody from Tamil Nadu who wants to play a game can easily go to the borders of Karnataka and log in and play games and make money, or put money, gamble his money, his or her money. That's there. In Tamil Nadu, the Chief Minister has been quite vocal. He says, we've got 40, 50 odd people who have killed themselves, have taken their own lives, died by suicides, just because they had this, a huge debt that was mounting on them. So at the same time, it is very subjective to each state. How Obviously. Each state is going to deal with it is different. There are certain guidelines that have been put forth by the center. But then again, how the center is looking at it is completely different, and how the state is going to be looking at it is completely different. The IT rules, we're all waiting for it. Is it going to be a unanimous decision for all these states, or will states be able to choose? We'll have to wait and watch. It is certainly a touchy topic at the moment.
Right, and before we also close, Kabir, talking about the constitutional process, what exactly is the process? We're talking about, say, any kind of bill, and you are right, it could be state-specific. Some states take NEET as an opportunity, some states see NEET as a threat for, the students.
So do the aspirants, Pankaj.
So do the aspirants, obviously, and it has to be state-specific as well. Do you believe that from the state's point of view, the chain of command that it goes, that a state passes a resolution, then it goes to the governor for assent, governor sends it back, the state, if it passes it again, the second arrival of that particular bill at governor's desk means that he has to ratify it. Do you believe that somewhere down the line, the choices, the empowered governors that we have today, which might be a good thing or a bad thing, do you believe that is somewhere throwing a spanner into the works?
Well, good and bad, Pankaj, it seems like is again subjective to the kind of situation and from what end of that situation we're looking at it. It's like the elephant in the room, and we've all got blindfolds and trying to figure out who's touching what at this point in time. But you're right, the second time the Assembly pushes the bill back, the governor has to then give assent to it. But like I mentioned before, and I'm going to reiterate, RN Ravi has said that it's a decent way of rejecting these bills or holding them, these dead bills. Dead or not, or them being, it being a decent way of for the governor to hold these bills or not, he has to give assent to that bill. So again, a smart move by M.K. Stalin, and it is going to become a precedent. It's going to be an example for all the other states as well. The governor versus government tussle is going to be a little different from now onward, it seems.
Well, taste of victory there for DMK's M.K. Stalin government in Tamil Nadu, and obviously happy man though, and the party would also be happy that at least what they had voted for, what they had chosen for the people being in the being at the helm of affairs is finally seeing the light of the day. We'll be bringing you more such news and updates on News 9+.